Hey, high school Grad. Is your wife also a high school Grad and working as a cleaner?
No, that's not it.
Then are you working at a small store? It's tough for those without an education.
My classmate, Tom, couldn't hold back his laughter. Just as I was wondering what to do, there was a commotion at the hotel entrance. A black luxury car had arrived. Out came a stunningly beautiful woman and an adorable little girl around 9 years old. It was the famous actress Michelle Stevens, and the little girl, known for her child acting roles, was Sarah Carter. Michelle, did you exchange contact info with Tom?
What are you talking about?
Tom said he got close to you.
Hey,
It seemed that Tom's claim of exchanging contact info was just a lie. When I asked in front of everyone, Tom raised his voice, clearly wanting me to stop.
what's going on with you two?
As you can see, we're married.
I'm John Carter, 41 years old. I run my own business and work freelance in a certain field. My work has busy periods and slow periods. Because of the nature of my work, I'm often not in the United States. I'm currently in the off-season and back in the US, and it seems there's a high school reunion happening in 2 weeks. My wife asked me about the reunion.
What are you going to do?
I think I'll go. It's rare for the timing to work out like this.
All right, I'll pick you up afterwards.
I have to go abroad again right after, so my schedule will be a bit tight. But if I miss this, who knows when I'll be able to attend the next one. Thinking that, I discussed it with my wife and decided to attend the reunion. Time passed, and I attended the reunion. The reunion was held at a hotel in New York. In the taxi heading to the hotel, I killed time by looking at social media. I waited for the arrival while watching the beverage commercial posted on social media. The taxi eventually arrived at the hotel. After checking in, my classmates approached me.
Is that you, John?
Yeah, are you Dave?
That's right. Long time no see. I heard you were coming and I wanted to talk with you.
I graduated high school and started working part-time right away. Many of my classmates were curious about my path, which seemed uncertain for the future. I chatted with my friends as the reunion progressed. Time flew by, and just as I was about to leave, another classmate called out to me.
John, you're here too.
It was Tom, casually putting his arm around my shoulder. Tom was the classmate I disliked the most. He relentlessly teased me every day, making me hate going to school. Because of that, I gave up on going to college. On the other hand, Tom's excellent grades got him into Harvard.
After you graduated, you did a part-time cleaning jobs at the station, right? I was worried about you.
Tom laughed heartily as he said that. Cleaning jobs are respectable work that supports society, and there's no need to be ashamed of it. That said, there's no need to bring it up in front of everyone. By the way, I'm not the only one who dislikes Tom. Other classmates feel the same way. However, no one wants to become his target, so they all kept their distance.
I'm working for a major beverage company now, earning $100,000 a year in the PR department.
Is that so?
Just recently, I met Michelle Stevens during a commercial shoot. We got close, and I even got her contact info.
Hearing that made me frown. I wanted to retort, but Tom continued without giving me a chance.
Hey, high school Grad, is your wife also a high school Grad and working as a cleaner?
No, that's not it.
Then are you working at a small store? It's tough for those without an education.
Tom couldn't hold back his laughter. Despite his Harvard degree, he seemed rather shallow, considering how much he could mock others without knowing anything. Moreover, he kept saying things that would get him into trouble if Michelle heard. Just as I was wondering what to do, there was a commotion at the hotel entrance. A black luxury car had arrived. Out came a stunningly beautiful woman and an adorable little girl around 9 years old. Though their attire was different from what everyone was used to seeing, their aura was unmistakable. It was the famous actress Michelle Stevens, and the little girl was the famous child actress Sarah Carter.
What? Are they filming a drama or something?
Are they staying at this hotel?
The unexpected appearance of such famous people caused a stir among my classmates. Seeing this, Michelle put her finger to her lips, signaling for silence. Her gesture, displaying her presence as an actress, made my classmates nod and fall silent. Michelle walked straight toward Tom and me. Tom seemed to misunderstand, thinking Michelle had come for him, and started talking nonstop.
Oh, Michelle, long time no see. It's been since the Sunday Holdings commercial shoot.
But Michelle didn't even glance at Tom. Michelle and Sarah approached and spoke warmly, not to Tom, but to me.
Sorry, I couldn't wait any longer and came to pick you up. You're heading to Belgium soon, right?
Huh?
We're here to pick you up.
Michelle and Sarah spoke to me affectionately. Seeing this, my classmates were stunned. It seemed unbelievable that a famous actress and child star were talking to me, and they widened their eyes in shock. Their reaction was understandable, given that everyone knew I was just a high school grad. Some of them even knew I had worked as a cleaner. There was no way they could imagine I had any connection with Michelle. Tom, looking incredulous, asked, as if he couldn't believe someone was talking to me,
Michelle, aren't you here for me?
Who are you?
Who's this guy?
Michelle seemed to have no recollection of him at all. Of course, Sarah didn't know him either. However, not wanting to be forgotten, Tom desperately tried to remind them.
Don't you remember? During the beverage commercial shoot?
Oh, there was someone like you assisting, wasn't there?
Despite his bragging, it turned out Tom was just an assistant. This made Tom's claim of earning $100,000 a year quite suspicious. Thinking something was off with his story, I asked, Michelle, did you exchange contact info with Tom?
What are you talking about?
Tom said he got close to you and got your contact info.
Hey,
It seemed Tom's claim about exchanging contact info was a lie. When I asked in front of everyone, Tom raised his voice, clearly wanting me to stop.
what's going on with you two?
As you can see, we're married.
Michelle answered while linking her arm with mine. I wondered if it was okay to show off like that, but I let it happen. Everyone already knew Michelle had gotten married since she had a child. However, the identity of her spouse had never been revealed. The reason for not revealing her husband was to protect me from the media. Is it okay not to hide it anymore? I don't mind either way.
It's about time. I've been waiting for the right moment. Once your upcoming concert is a success, I'll make the announcement.
She smiled brightly. Tom, startled by her words, asked,
What concert?
Don't you know? How rude. John is a world-renowned pianist.
Huh?
Tom was so shocked his eyes nearly popped out. Actually, I am a pianist who performs internationally. Right after this reunion, I was scheduled to fly out and start preparing for a concert at an art festival in Belgium. That's why Michelle and Sarah came to pick me up. But it seemed Tom couldn't accept the truth about me.
Hey, stop lying. You never played the piano in high school.
If people knew I could play the piano, they'd constantly ask me to play this and that. It would have been a hassle, so I kept it a secret. I didn't plan on becoming a musician. Of course, I loved the piano and played it at home whenever I had the time. I've loved playing it since I was a kid. However, I knew becoming a professional musician was a tough path, so I planned on getting a regular job. Those ordinary plans were disrupted by Tom's bullying. I graduated high school with no hopes for the future and worked as a cleaner at the station. One day, while playing the street piano at the station, someone noticed me. It was a small agency, but it was better than continuing as a cleaner, so I joined them. While working, I couldn't help but be drawn to the street piano set up at the station. During my breaks, I started playing the piano in my cleaner's uniform. Simply being good at the piano wouldn't usually attract attention, but the sight of a cleaner playing so well seemed to catch people's interest. Rumors spread about a talented pianist working as a cleaner. Then, a music agency heard about it and scouted me. With support from the agency and my parents, I began performing in concerts. My first concert, given my already growing reputation, was a huge success. Things moved quickly from there, and I pursued a career as a musician. During this time, Michelle came to one of my concerts.
It was a wonderful performance.
Thank you. I've always enjoyed your dramas and movies.
Oh, I'm delighted you remember me.
That was about 20 years ago, when Michelle wasn't as famous as she is now. But I knew of her, and I always thought her beauty and acting skills were impressive. Then, we exchanged contact information. As our popularity grew, it became harder to meet. Even so, we kept messaging each other. As we continued our relationship, we got married when I was 29. And Michelle was 31 when she had our child. The reason my identity as her husband didn't spread was that I mainly worked overseas. When you're active abroad, even the tabloids can't catch you. So, I'm a pianist. I used to be with an agency, but now I work freelance and make about $150,000 a year. You said you make $100,000, right? Well, if you're really just an assistant, even $50,000 seems doubtful.
Shut up.
It seemed I hit the nail on the head, as Tom immediately became defensive and started arguing back. Despite graduating from Harvard, Tom was probably being treated like a low-paid assistant at his job. Are you not going to apologize?
For what?
For calling Michelle and me high school grads working as cleaners earlier. When I pointed this out, Tom stiffened. He clearly didn't want Michelle to know he had insulted her.
What do you mean, high school grads working as cleaners?
It's one thing for him to say that about me, but Tom even assumed that you were just a high school grad working as a cleaner, Michelle.
I didn't say that. I would never say something like that to the famous actress Michelle.
Tom, looking pale, denied his earlier statements. The man who had just insulted me now quickly changed his tune. Even though Tom had indeed insulted Michelle, there was no way to prove it to her. It seemed he might get away with it. But then, our classmate spoke up.
Tom was definitely mocking Michelle.
I heard it too. He said you were both high school grads working as cleaners.
Hey, you guys. Why?
If Tom had behaved better, he wouldn't be facing this backlash from our classmates. But they had all been fed up with his arrogance since high school. Now, They seized the opportunity to call him out. Hearing the truth, Michelle was visibly angry.
What do you mean by that?
Well, this is.
Michelle glared at Tom.
I can't believe someone so rude exists, mocking people for being high school grads,
That's not true.
and lying about exchanging contact info with me just because we shared a set once. What if these false rumors spread?
Once a rumor spreads, it's hard to take back. That's why it's important to handle information about celebrities carefully and not spread lies irresponsibly.
This is clearly defamation. I have no intention of working with a company that employs someone who can't follow compliance. I'll be discussing this with Sunday Holdings.
Michelle then took out her phone. Realizing she was about to contact Sunday Holdings, Tom panicked.
Please wait. Your appearance in the commercial has had a huge impact. If you back out, our company.
You reap what you sow.
But Michelle dismissed Tom's desperate plea. Michelle had starred in a beverage commercial for Sunday Holdings. Her performance made the lightly carbonated, refreshing drink look incredibly appealing. The commercial was highly effective, leading many young professionals in their 20s to purchase the beverage for leisure after work or on their days off. Michelle took out her phone and started to make a call.
Hello, this is Michelle. I hope you're well.
Michelle, please wait.
It was easy to guess who Michelle was calling based on the conversation. It was clearly Sunday Holdings. Normally, such matters should go through her agency, but Michelle is a freelancer. She has the discretion to decide on her contracts.
Bert, I'm sorry, but I need to withdraw from the commercial.
Bert, the head of PR?
Bert was someone even Tom couldn't easily talk to. Yet here was Michelle directly calling him after hours. Tom was stunned by the level of influence Michelle wielded. Michelle continued talking with Bert.
No, I can't. He spread false rumors about me and insulted my husband based on assumptions. It's fortunate I caught it this time, but there's no guarantee it won't harm us in the future.
Michelle continued her conversation with Bert for a while. We watched in silence. Eventually, Michelle sighed and hung up the phone. What happened?
I told them I'm withdrawing from the commercial because of Tom's behavior.
Hearing this, Tom panicked.
And what did Bert say?
You really were just an assistant, weren't you? Bert apologized profusely, asking to keep the commercial if they fired you. I agreed, so you'll be receiving a notice soon.
No way.
Tom collapsed to his knees after Michelle's cold announcement. Even as an assistant, having the title of working for Sunday Holdings was something he prided himself on. He didn't want to lose that. Watching Tom's pitiful state, we exchanged glances.
Well, we've wasted enough time here. Let's go, John.
Yeah,
I was just about to make it big.
even at his age, Tom's words sounded pathetic. As we headed to the luxury car, Tom remained on the ground. His lies to boost his image had cost him his tenuous position. It was his own fault, but our classmates watched him with a mix of pity and disdain. I then headed to Belgium for the art festival. However, even abroad, our phones kept ringing incessantly. All the calls were from Tom. Even with call blocking, he would use different numbers. We had answered a few of his calls. Tom kept begging us to help him get his dismissal revoked.
There's another call.
Tom just doesn't know when to quit. The calls came in around the clock, regardless of us being overseas, and it was taking a toll on both Michelle and me. We wanted to turn off our phones, but we couldn't afford to miss important work-related calls. So all we could do was block his number, but it was a constant hassle. Maybe my number was listed in the reunion directory. I'll have to tell them not to include it next time. But how did he get your number, Michelle?
Probably from the contract documents with Sunday Holdings. He might have stolen it just before getting fired. Truly unbelievable.
If that's the case, it's a clear misuse of personal information and a serious crime. We'd need to investigate thoroughly once we got back to the US. Noticing our distress, Sarah looked up at us worriedly.
Are you okay, Dad, Mom?
We're fine, Sarah. Thanks for worrying about us. When I patted her head, Sarah smiled happily. Sarah, who takes after Michelle, is a very cute and talented young actress. Like any child, she makes mistakes but learns and grows from them. If she desires, she will grow into a beautiful actress just like Michelle. With Michelle watching over me, I performed at the art festival. Thanks to all the practice during the off-season, my performance was a success. Returning to the dressing room to a round of applause, Michelle praised me.
That was a wonderful performance.
Thank you. I'm glad it went well. Sarah also came up to me.
Dad, you were amazing.
Thank you, Sarah. From being a cleaner, I've grown to perform overseas and receive such great acclaim. Sometimes it feels like a dream, but this is definitely reality. Embracing this reality, I felt truly happy. After that, I was interviewed by several magazines. The success of my concert was reported worldwide. Michelle also took this opportunity to announce our marriage. Some fans congratulated her, while others accepted that being married to a famous pianist was understandable. After the concert, there was one thing left to do. Despite the numerous calls from Tom, we hadn't retaliated in any way. Tom might have let his guard down because of this. However, I hadn't forgotten the stress he caused us during such an important time. Michelle and I planned a little trap. All that was left was for Tom to fall into it. That day, Michelle had a meeting at the TV station for her upcoming drama. As she was leaving, a large crowd of fans was waiting outside, held back by security. Michelle had posted about the meeting on social media the day before. Fans flocked to catch a glimpse of the popular actress Michelle. Relying on her post, Michelle waved to them as she walked toward the luxury car with her driver. Then it happened.
Michelle.
Tom burst out from the crowd. He ran straight toward Michelle, who was walking gracefully. The waiting fans were in an uproar seeing a man rush at her. But security intercepted him and held him back. Their swift action made it seem like they had anticipated Tom's move.
Let go. I need to talk to Michelle.
It's been a while, Tom.
Tom struggled against the security guards, trying to get closer to Michelle. I stepped in front of Tom. You fell for it, Tom.
John.
To fall for such an easy trap, it seems your Harvard degree doesn't mean much.
What did you say?
I taunted the fuming Tom. Didn't it seem strange that a popular actress would reveal her schedule just so fans could wait for her?
Damn it. Don't mess with me.
Yesterday, Michelle posted on social media about today's drama meeting. Of course, she had obtained permission from the TV station. Given how obsessed Tom was, constantly calling us, he would surely check her social media. If he knew Michelle would be at the TV station, he would definitely come. And as expected, Tom had been waiting for Michelle to come out of the TV station today. Not wanting to admit he had fallen into our trap, Tom ranted.
Because of you, I got fired. Take responsibility and tell Bert to reinstate me.
Why should I do that?
Michelle spoke with the cold demeanor of her TV drama characters. Her intense presence made not only Tom but everyone around freeze.
I didn't do anything to you. On the other hand, you've been relentlessly harassing me. Do you understand that?
Don't act all high and mighty.
You really don't get it, do you?
Michelle, exasperated, continued.
First, you spread false information implying a personal relationship with me. This is clear defamation. The penalty for this can be up to 3 years in prison or a fine of up to $5,000.
Punishable. I didn't mean.
He likely never considered that his actions could be criminal. It was incredibly short-sighted, but Tom seemed to finally understand the seriousness of his actions.
Next, you insulted me and my husband, calling us high school grads and cleaners. That's defamation, punishable by up to 1 year in prison or a fine of up to $3,000.
Tom trembled as Michelle calmly listed his offenses.
Also, after we got back to the US, I found out that you stole my phone number from the Sunday Holdings contract documents. That's illegal access to personal information, punishable by up to 1 year in prison or a fine of up to $5,000.
Tom paled as Michelle recounted his misdeeds.
Moreover, you kept calling us repeatedly while we were busy with the concert. This caused us significant stress and made it difficult to communicate with important contacts. This amounts to obstruction of business, punishable by up to 3 years in prison or a fine of up to $5,000.
Wait, please.
And trying to attack me here is clearly assault. That's punishable by up to 2 years in prison or a fine of up to $3,000. Don't even think about running. There are plenty of witnesses here, and the security cameras have captured everything.
Of course, criminal penalties wouldn't be enough. Michelle glared at Tom and mercilessly added,
Due to your obsessive harassment, our family has suffered emotional distress. We can also claim damages for that.
No way. This is your fault. You told them to fire me.
It all started because you tried to spread false rumors about me. Don't blame others for your actions.
Michelle coldly dismissed Tom's pathetic excuses. And everyone here is a fan of Michelle. No one is likely to believe Tom's words.
I've already consulted with our lawyer about this. Be prepared.
Don't mess with me. I graduated from Harvard. I'll rise to a high position at Sunday Holdings. You'll see. I'll bring you down.
Sunday Holdings is a big company, but even if Tom rose to a high position, he wouldn't be able to do anything to Michelle. Moreover, Tom had already been fired from Sunday Holdings. Tom's words lacked any real substance and were clearly just meant to intimidate. I spoke to Tom, who was making absurd claims. Do you know why this happened to you?
Huh?
You graduated from Harvard and had a promising future. You could have been more successful than me. So why did you end up as an assistant? Tom scoffed as if the answer was obvious.
It's because the employees don't understand anything. I'm the smartest and most correct, but no one listens to me.
I heard about you from Bert. It seems that Tom initially held a high position in the PR department as a promising Harvard graduate. It was an unusual promotion based on his credentials. But Tom flaunted his academic background and showed no passion for his work. Worse, he insulted colleagues and shirked responsibilities, ruining the workplace atmosphere. Despite that, he wasn't very good at his job and couldn't be kept in his original position. The HR department decided to proceed with his dismissal, but Tom refused. Forcing an unwilling employee to quit could lead to problems. So, Tom was assigned menial tasks like assisting and cleaning, jobs even part-timers could do. Currently, Tom's annual income is around $20,000. The claim of a $100,000 salary was actually Bert's income. You keep saying it's not your fault, but do you understand why you were demoted and eventually fired?
How? Don't talk like you know anything. You high school grad.
Tom still didn't seem to understand, so I told him, "You were demoted because you kept looking down on others due to your academic background. If you had worked hard, not pushed your tasks onto others, and tried to do your jobs yourself, you might have achieved a $100,000 salary someday." It was an obvious truth to anyone. However, Tom wasn't willing to accept my words. As expected, he continued to glare at me as if to say he didn't care. Seeing no hope for him, I told the security guards, "Take him away."
Wait. This is Michelle's fault. Let me go.
Tom was forcibly taken away by the security guards. After that, the police, who had been called, arrived and arrested Tom. The decisive evidence for his arrest was the security footage showing his attempted assault on Michelle. Additionally, the charges of defamation and slander that Michelle mentioned were confirmed, leading to Tom's conviction. Tom was sentenced to 3 years in prison for multiple offenses. Despite being interrogated by the police, Tom kept insisting it was Michelle's fault. But it all started because Tom lied about exchanging contact information with Michelle to use her as his accessory. He truly was a selfish man, but he would pay for his actions in prison. We also claimed $10,000 in damages for the emotional distress we suffered, and the payment would be made soon. The interaction with Tom in front of the TV station was interpreted as part of a drama shoot or promotional event. Michelle's cold, relentless pursuit of Tom, the villain, further boosted her reputation. Her compelling performance garnered even more fans. As a result, though the content differed slightly, the drama Michelle starred in next became a huge hit. Her position as a famous actress remained unshakable. Moreover, with the announcement of our marriage, Michelle and I started getting opportunities to work together. Specifically, because the previous beverage commercial was so popular, Sunday Holdings offered to create another version. They wanted to create a new version of the commercial featuring both Michelle and me, my light piano melody, and Michelle's acting skills. That garnered a great reputation for the beverage, and sales skyrocketed. The commercial has already surpassed 1 million views on video sites and has become a hot topic. The number of views is still growing, and it has become a big buzz, especially among young people. After finishing work and once Sarah is asleep at night, Michelle and I clink our glasses and have a nightcap.
If things were going to go this well, maybe we should have announced our marriage earlier.
Maybe so, but being cautious wasn't a bad idea. There are risks when celebrities announce their marriage. That's why we kept it hidden, but we both wanted to reveal our relationship. The success of the concert gave us the perfect opportunity to announce our relationship. Although people were shocked, it was widely accepted. Positive comments were prevalent on social media, putting our minds at ease. As we sipped our drinks, I said, "Sometimes I wonder if someone like me deserves to be part of this family with you and Sarah, Michelle. Do you think the public accepted it?"
Why would you say that? I love you and your piano playing.
Michelle smiled as she spoke. That was one of the reasons she took an interest in me. Even now, Michelle still says she loves me and my piano playing. Sarah, too, looks forward to hearing me play the piano.
The only people who see the real me, not the actress, are you and Sarah. Be more confident.
Thank you, Michelle. I glanced towards the bedroom where Sarah was already asleep. Would Sarah also say she's glad I'm her father? Both of them are becoming more famous by the day. Because of this, there might be more troubles like the ones Tom caused in the future. Or the next target could be Sarah. But if we all work together, we can overcome anything. With that thought, I feel ready to face whatever challenges the future might hold.